What's up, guys? It's Eric and Marcus from Rare Candy, and today we're back with the fifth and final round of the recent League Challenge we got to go attend. Format for this one was Primal Clash all the way up to Evolutions, the most recent set, so standard format here. And so who we got playing this time, Marcus?
Here we got on the right, we got Joshua Svezeni playing his Mario Pikachu, aka Volcanion EX deck. And then on the left, we have XVX Scrub, aka Thomas Miller, aka Big Daddy T, playing his Frogs deck, the Greninjas.
Yeah, so that's Josh is probably not happy about this matchup.
Yeah, you got to play against Water Ability Lock, so
for the for the last round of this tournament.
right.
So
So yeah,
we'll
I
see
think,
what happens, but on paper, Greninja's
Yeah.
just so favored here.
Yeah, I
It's-
think Thomas is definitely favored. Oh, and it looks like he forgot a card.
So we'll have to see how this goes, but I mean, okay, yeah, Greninja has the blatant type advantage, and it's just so good, and it's an all non-EX deck, so Volcanion can't really, knock out things like Shamans to clean up a game. But that being said, Greninja is a very slow deck. It really doesn't get rolling, I'd say, until about turn 4.
Yeah.
Whereas Volcanion, it can get up and rolling on turn 1. So it can potentially just outspeed Greninja if you can just properly Lysander everything that you need to before their board really gets developed
Yeah.
the way it needs to. You might be able to actually steal a win. So I think if you're Josh, you just hope that Thomas draws dead and that you run hot.
Yeah. And it looks like Thomas gets a mulligan. I think he's playing the one Jirachi and then like 4 like Froakies.
Yeah, this is not the Talon
yeah.
Flame version. And actually, Thomas plays a lot of interesting cards. He hasn't played Faded Town, which most players have been running in Greninja. He's playing Rough Seas.
Yeah.
He's also playing 4 Splash Energy,
Yeah.
which definitely caught me off guard. I had to
Right,
play against
yeah.
him earlier in this tournament.
Yeah, I think most people are. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't been following Greninja a ton, I guess, lately. But like, I think more people are opting for like 2. I saw in the top 8 Europe list that Grafton, I think he played 3 Splash and then 7 Basic. So I don't know. Maybe people are starting to play more Splash in their Greninja decks just to keep streaming the Greninjas. But
Yeah, potentially.
you can't Water Shuriken or Giant Shuriken it. So.
Well, as long as you still play an
Yeah.
adequate amount of basics, like, as long as you don't change your basic count and just
Right.
add splashes, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
And you never know, they might be cutting things like Super Rod
Right.
or an additional recovery card to make room for it.
Yeah.
But here, Thomas is going to grab Froakie. Oh, and Josh didn't really do much of anything on his turn.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw. He just kind of attached energy and passed.
Yeah. Had the Remoraid active, so you had to play a switch, and then...
Yeah. So here, Thomas is starting to get some Froakies down the bench. That's exactly what he wants to do. Get
Right.
2 down, more importantly.
Yeah.
Just in case one does get knocked out, he can still have another one to evolve into a Frogadier on the next turn.
Yeah.
He has Trainer's Mail. He might consider grabbing that to maybe get a Burst Balloon. Oh, he
there you
does
go.
get it. So we'll probably see that come down on Jirachi
Yeah.
and just say, hey, I mean, you can attack if you really want to.
Right.
So I think that's definitely a good play here. And we're just going to see it pass. So, okay. Get down another Volcanion. Looks like he has an Octillery in hand as well.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see him evolve into that.
Max Elixir.
That seems okay. And maybe the better route here maybe is to go with Volcanion and maybe actually Salamence EX. Salamence, its main attack is the 10 plus 50 for every EX your opponent has in play, but its other attack does 130, which is enough to knock out a
Yeah.
Greninja, and it's not weak to water.
I think he would need a water energy to use that, though.
Oh
It
yeah,
was- it
you're
was like
right
a
about
fire
that. I
and a
forgot.
water and 2 colorless.
Yeah, because the first attack will can only use fire.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I forgot about that one. So here he's just kind of okay. He does have a Lysander, but he can't actually knock out one of these Froakies. That's got to be very annoying. But at the same, Okay, he is going to just go for a Froakie, get some damage on it probably.
You don't want to take 60 in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely not. You're already getting hit for weakness, so.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, he's just going to rough seize the damage off.
There we go. I guess he wasn't anticipating many megas, so.
And actually, that may have helped Thomas more than hurt him because, okay, before Jirachi just had the one energy on him, or no, he didn't have an energy on him. He just had the burst balloon, and he wouldn't have had a way to actually
retreat.
Yeah, so now if Thomas can grab a energy and a Frogadier, he can actually use water duplicates, whereas he wouldn't have been able to if Josh had just passed.
Yeah, so he gets a splash, which is a 2-splash. So
yeah,
splash is nice to bubble. Okay. Tails.
It does
on the
whiff the bubble, which is unfortunate.
The Mega Swampert coin.
So he does get a third fire energy on this bench Volcanion.
Yeah.
And can he get a way to get this current one out of the active spot?
Right.
He has a Sycamore. It looks like he just doesn't want to play it. He has a lot of resources, but I kind of think you have to.
Yeah, he goes for it. So that's a lot of stuff to discard, but... And I see he gets a Volcanion EX. Let's see if he benches it. Plays a Trainer's Mail first. I think you're right. He's probably going to opt to try and just not bench any EXs, maybe.
Well, as little as he has to, that's for sure. So he might have to bench a Volcanion EX at some point to do Steam Up to take a knockout.
Right.
But really, he needed a switching card here. That's the big thing.
Yeah, so he does bench the Volcanion. It's a tough matchup. Like, I don't know. Like we said, like the water ability lock. You're shadow stitching for 80.
Yeah, it's just so good.
You get the giant shuriken as well. So you're hitting for weakness and you're spreading 60 anywhere you want, potentially twice per turn.
And then Moonlight Slash is super good too. It hits for 160 plus your giant water shuriken.
Yeah.
So Greninja is just so heavily favored here, but nevertheless, yeah, if you're Josh, you have to find a way out. There's you just have to try at least. Here he's going to use Abyssal Hand, I believe. And he still doesn't have a switching card. That's got to be very frustrating for him.
Oh, I think they're just discussing using the coin as a marker to show that he's already used Abyssal Hand once.
Oh, okay. Yes, there's still no switching card, so all he's going to be able to do is Power Heater, which will just get healed some of that damage off. But luckily, he can accelerate some energy onto this Volcanion EX.
Yeah, so I'm assuming we'll see a splash attachment to the benched Froakie.
Yeah, I would imagine
to say
so.
Frogadier for some reason, but let's see.
I actually
get Versus Seeker for N.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe he's saving the splash to attach to a Frogadier as opposed to a Froakie, because he's thinking I'm probably going to water duplicates this turn. I'd rather have a splash on one of these Frogadiers as opposed to this one Froakie.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So he does get Frogadier, so that's good.
That's definitely good. He only gets 1 too, which is also good because then he can just bench a bunch of
for sure.
Frogadiers and keep a Froakie on the board to be evolved later when he needs to stream more of these Greninjas.
Looks like he's going for a Dive Ball, which if that's the case and he's going to do that, now I think he can actually attach the splash.
Okay.
Oh, but he's deciding not to. Okay. Okay. I actually would have preferred the splash to come down on that Frogadier that has the Froakie underneath of it.
Yeah.
Just because you want to be able to keep streaming these guys no matter what.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I like attaching the splash now too. It's another attachment because I don't know. There's a lot of times where whenever I'm playing Greninja and I'm like, you want to have attachments down at the same time, like especially if it's a splash energy. I think it's safe to go. Like I can understand maybe holding on to a basic water, to hold on for a giant shuriken.
And Volcanion usually never plays any energy removal cards like E-hammers or anything like that. So I think it's a safe thing to play down. But it's not the end of the world though. Greninja just needs a single attachment, so it probably won't matter too much. Here, okay. I think this is really Josh's big turn to really start doing something. He really needs to just take a knockout because once these frogs get up online, it's going to be very difficult unless he can stream Hex Maniacs for the rest of the game, which I actually haven't seen come down in any of our videos
Yeah.
featuring Josh. So I'm not actually sure if he plays Hex or not,
Right.
but that will definitely be a key card in actually being able to survive this matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to Abyssal Hand. And actually, he can probably just use a Steam Up to take a knockout. Or Steam Up and a Power here to take a knockout. That way you don't have to have this Volcanion EX in the active spot. You can kind of keep it safe on the bench to bring up to knock out a Greninja on the next turn. Okay, looks like he's opting to just attack with this other one. I think that's probably fine. And we're going to see an N. So what do you think Josh is really needing to get down this turn?
I'm not sure. I don't know, like I want to say another Volcanion EX maybe to be able to steam up and get the K. Well, he can use the baby Volcanion's like second attack this turn, I guess.
Yeah.
To get the KO here, so you maybe don't want to bench that.
I think maybe like fighting Fury Belt, but I think
Yeah.
the big thing is he wants to have Hex in his hand.
For sure.
If he runs
plays
it, yeah. Which I would imagine he probably does, but
right.
we just don't know for sure yet.
So we see a Greninja come down here.
And here this is a situation where I would have liked the Splash Energy to have been attached the previous turn.
Right.
That way he, wouldn't have to have a regular Water Energy, and he'd be able to get the entire Greninja line back to his hand.
Yeah.
So I think that might come back to bite Thomas a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Turn's not over yet. So, I mean, he's got plenty of options to work with here. I think I see a Super Rod in there. Does he have a supporter? That's the one thing. Oh, he's actually about going for a bubble.
Okay.
And so I think his line of thinking here is, I want to save my Greninjas if possible. I need to get some breaks up online.
Yeah.
But even still, like, I don't know, a Moonlight Slash just knocks out.
Takes a KO, yeah.
So, I don't know. It's a... So Thomas is just going for a little bit more of a defensive play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess like he just wants to get more Greninjas set up all at once.
And here, this would have been a good example of how if he would have had the splash on Greninja, he could have attached the water from hand to do Moonlight Slash, return the water, leaving the splash energy on the Greninja, to where even if it got knocked out, he can just get the whole line back. So
yeah,
this is, I think, coming back to bite him a little bit. But Josh is probably very thankful for that, actually.
Yeah. I think either way, I'm still a little bit comfortable if I'm at XVX Scrub, just because I'm playing against Volcanion.
Yeah.
So
your water, he's fire. You're gonna put the vegan beat down on him.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So if you're Josh, what do you do? Lysander, Greninja. That's, I think, the game plan, if I'm not mistaken. So
we see a retreat to a Volcanion EX.
That's a little risky, but okay.
Yeah, does the baby Yveltal's
or baby Volcanion?
Yeah, baby Volcanion's attack have like, I don't think it has an effect.
No, I'm curious why he actually opted to attack with the EX.
Yeah,
because he could have used energy retrieval, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was trying to knock out the Greninja.
Yeah,
he Lysandered for it.
Oh yeah, I know that he could still Lysandered with the baby Volcanion with 3 energy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you steam up to knock it out. So I'm not sure if I like that too much, just because now you have a Volcanion EX in the active spot.
Did he have the steam up energy in his hand?
He had energy retrieval.
Okay.
So now your problem is you don't have a way to knock out a Greninja on this next turn.
Right. We see another bubble.
Ooh, okay, that's...
So that one flips head, so that's really good.
So...
Buys him another turn.
Yeah, luckily Thomas doesn't have another Greninja right now, so... that will... that's kind of good for Josh. That'll buy him an extra turn to just kind of reset up some of these Pokemon here.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of sucks that Spazeni can't attack, but yeah, like you said, no Greninjas, so
You'll probably just see a pass. Well, I don't know. He could go for a try to dig for a switching card because we do know he does play switch in his list. I think he played one already, but I'm not sure how many others he has.
yeah. I think maybe like another escape rope at least, potentially.
Yeah, if I had to guess, he probably plays one escape rope. Could be wrong, but that seems like a safe guess. So here it looks like he's eyeing down a Lysander. Um, but I don't know if I may just oh, he's gonna bring up a Frogadier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of saying, hey, you need to have Greninja and an energy, but
Yeah.
I don't I
Or
don't I don't
two
know if I like that
Greninjas.
too much, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So he's gonna Sycamore.
Frogadier and a Sycamore. Ooh, he dumps 2 breaks.
I think he still has Super Rod in his deck though.
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually in his hand too. So here, so what are you trying to do? Ideally, you probably want to get another Greninja and attack with this Greninja that has a splash energy. Okay,
Right.
but even this really isn't bad either.
So he just throws 2 breaks back in. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good thing he had the super rod because that's always rough getting rid of the break.
Definitely so. But I mean, you can kind of just win this match even with just regular Greninja.
Yeah.
um, Especially now that it has a burst balloon on it as well. You'll do 160 with Moonlight Slash,
Mhm.
and then if they attack into you, they take another 6, which knocks them out, even if they have a Fighting Fury belt.
Right.
So yeah, it's
So
gonna
he does
grab.
get another Greninja too.
That's definitely good because after this one gets knocked out, this will allow him to have a break on his next turn.
Right.
So I think it's definitely really important he actually got the second Greninja in play. So yeah, I do think we just see a Moonlight Slash for 160. And so what do you do here? You can Lysander around this thing if you really want to,
Yeah.
but at the same time, then you're not knocking out a Greninja. Oh, he actually can use his opponent's Rough Seas. I completely forgot about that,
Ooh,
actually.
yeah. I didn't realize that either. Dual typing and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So he plays the Sycamore, draws into, looks like an Olympia, an Energy, Trainer's Mail. I didn't really see what else was in there.
So he's going to opt to retreat, which I think is fine.
Yeah.
Going to Steam Up, and that will allow him to knock out this Greninja, which I think is actually a good play.
He's got a Versus Seeker and a Volcanion EX in hand as well. He does take the KO.
Yeah. So this is... I think this is going to be a bad turn for Josh, because if he
Yeah.
can get a break in an energy,
Right.
he can knock out the benched Volcanion EX with a Giant Water Shuriken,
Yeah.
and then just take a knockout on this active one too. So yeah, now what? And this is kind of like how just Greninja is. Once it stabilizes after around maybe turn 4, turn 5, it really kind of, it's like a snowball effect. Once it gets going, it just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah. And XBX Scrub has, oh, it looks like 2 balloons. So I think he's trying to decide where he wants to put it. He doesn't know if he'll retreat or not, but I think he goes for the active and then just doesn't attack. I guess he didn't get the energy for the giant shuriken.
But I mean, even still, you have a Greninja break
Yeah.
with a splash energy and a burst balloon. Like,
Right.
you have a good turn
Yeah,
ahead
yeah,
of you.
absolutely, for sure.
But here the Rough Seas is actually helping a little bit because now this Volcanion EX is out of Giant Water Shuriken range since he's been healing it.
Yeah.
But even still, like, this is bad because if you power here, he just heals. You take 6 damage counters. Like, this is rough. Technically, I think Josh is still winning.
Yeah,
But
yeah, 3 to 5,
it-
and like his board doesn't look great right now, but
It's just weird to think, like, it seems so bad, but he's actually in the lead.
yeah,
But that's just how Greninja is. It lets you, Like, it kind of fakes you out. Greninja's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna let you feel like you're winning, and then at the end of the game, I'm just gonna crush all of your hopes and dreams. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it comes back once it sets up. It gets to use multiple giant shurikens, moonlight slashes for weakness, even like shadow stitching if it needs to cut off the Volcanion steam up. So
here, yeah, if
even though at XVX Scrub is losing, I think he's not feeling too bad right now. I think he's a little bit. I think he's feeling okay.
And what's he gonna grab with this first? He's gonna go for Fisherman. Okay, that's interesting.
Grab 4 fire.
So here he's probably like, well, I get knocked out by Moonlight Slash no matter what. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just attack into this guy to reset up my board. Doesn't matter that I take 6 damage counters because, like I said, Moonlight Slash knocks me out anyway. So I think that's fine. I would have maybe preferred to see a Lysander, maybe on Jirachi even. I don't know. It's just a tough situation no matter what when you're Volcanion here.
Yeah.
But here, Thomas can actually just shadow stitching for the knockout, which means that Volcanion EX won't be able to take a return KO.
Yeah, and he gets the shadow stitching on the EX too to take 2 prizes, so he ties them up in prizes. Things are definitely looking pretty good for at XVX Scrub.
Yeah, that is super rough. But I'm just trying to think, what do you do here? So he can. Does he have a supporter even in hand?
Who, Josh?
Yeah.
I didn't see.
No, just an Ultra Ball.
Ultra Balls and a lot of energies.
So we're probably just gonna see a Power Heater for 20. Like, that's so bad, but
yeah.
I mean, you have to do it.
Right.
But here, yeah, he's just gonna heal that damage off. And Thomas has like a million cards in his hand. Something bad's gonna happen. So here he will be able to, assuming he gets energy, he has Verse Seeker, so he probably will get a Fisherman, assuming it's in the discard pile.
Yeah.
He can just Giant Water Shuriken, the active, and whoever that Josh promotes, he can Water Shuriken again.
Right.
And use Moonlight Slash to take his last prize on.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know, because Thomas will he'll go down to 2 prizes. So if Josh here promotes a baby Volcanion, that could potentially prevent Thomas from taking a win.
And he's Sycamores? Okay.
That's what it looks like. So he probably realized, I probably won't win this turn, so I'll just Sycamore, draw more cards.
Yeah, which doesn't seem too bad at all.
So he's going to grab a Versus Seeker, so that's definitely good.
Yeah.
And he has a Froakie in hand, but like, do you even need it at this point? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You could set up another Frogadier potentially, but I think he would be just fine even to just have these 2 Greninja breaks on the board right now.
Yeah. And here we'll probably see a Shadow Stitching for the knockout. So again, if you're Josh, what do you do? I mean, you kind of have to promote the baby one. You can't attack. Yeah. You just can't attack with the EX one. You can attack with it once you are going to win and take your last prize, but you just can't right now.
Right.
Or if he has Hex Maniac, that would be so good. But
yeah,
we haven't seen it all game, so I'm wondering if he even plays it in his list at this point.
Yeah, because I mean, if at XVX Scrub had the energy for it, he could double Giant Shuriken like the Octillery and then Moonlight Slash the baby for the game. So he does attack with the EX here.
And he tried to steam up, but
he was shadow stitched.
So he can't use abilities this turn. So that's not good because now he can't knock out a Greninja, and Thomas can just kind of
win.
Yeah. I hate to say that, but that's just how it is. So what does he have left in his deck? I don't even see a Hex Maniac, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he doesn't play it.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Either,
I think it's a good card to have in there as a one of at least. I think, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he wasn't expecting to need it.
yeah, because honestly, well, Thomas actually even said he wouldn't have played this.
Had he known.
Well, he's never played a league challenge before, and he thought these were best 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And he said he would not have played this otherwise, but ended up working out here. He ended up getting paired against the Volcanion,
Right.
and he was able to
Yeah.
take the last 2 prizes right there for the game.
So, as predicted, the water deck, piloted by @XVX Scrub, follow him on Instagram and Twitter, does win the matchup.
Yeah, so yeah, no surprises there.
Yeah.
It is worth noting, even though Josh lost this, he still won the tournament because I believe he got paired down this round. I believe it was Josh, Alex from one of the previous rounds who was playing Yveltal,
Yeah.
Thomas, and then I forget the other player off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I apologize, player number 4. Might have been Lamar from first round.
It could have been Lamar. Maybe it was it Max?
I forget. I forget at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry, 4th place guy.
Yeah, but anyway,
But good job. You did better than I did.
Yeah.
I went 2-1-2 at this tournament with the Dragon Tool deck. Jank.
Yeah, we'll post a video of that on a side note too. We'll try to post that to maybe the following week.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this League Challenge series that we upload. If you haven't seen the first 4 rounds, I'll definitely be sure to put a link somewhere on the video or in the description for you guys to check those out. But as usual, feel free to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our merch over at rarecandytcg.com. If you can pick up a playmat, a dice bag, or a shirt or something, help support the channel, it would mean a lot to us, guys. But with that, we appreciate you watching, and we will see you for the next one, okay?